All right, guys, so let's get into this Hollywood energy. I said I'll do a general first, and then we'll look at, I'm thinking Diddy, Jay-Z, and Desiree, Perez, and Tory. However it comes out, but they did group all them together. Sorry, channeling, guys. So let's just see. Excuse me, channeling. What's finna happen here? I feel like, to those of you who have never seen my previous Hollywood readings, it haven't been as many as there will be soon to come. You guys probably will be getting these every other week once I get consistent. And also, you guys will see me on screen, hopefully starting next week. All my set stuff should be here this week and well put together so that, y'all can see me again. So yeah, so just work with me. I just wanted to be able to get you guys some content, and especially with everything going on now and the tugs that I'm getting. So what I'm seeing here is that from those previous readings with the LA fire and all that kind of stuff, it's just like I'm seeing a weird form of injunctions here. So there is still trouble with the land here that I'm getting when it comes to Hollywood. Okay, so I just feel like there is something else. Why am I hearing prime meridian? Damn, I have not heard that term in probably since high school. Prime meridian. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to look that up. But it's giving this energy of injunction. Like, you guys know, like with injunctions, you get a court order, and then that just pretty much, it's just like a almost like a warrant to, like, you get the right to take certain, like, bulldoze certain things down. And I'm sure it's more sophisticated than that, but just generally speaking, an injunction is you could get it from the court, from the judge, to then remove things off certain land. Now, it's a certain process, I'm sure. There's certain requirements, I'm sure. But I just feel like that's the next step. So I feel like where we're seeing like certain celebrities are already shifting overseas voluntarily or involuntarily. A lot of it is the energy already working and preparing them and getting them ahead of the game. So the ones that's like just still there would be impacted more than the ones that's already gone, specifically or especially overseas, and those who are looking to move already. I don't know why. I still feel like the impact of the LA fire, it's still like, this feels like a continuation of it, in that the whole point of it is to cleanse the land, to get rid of everything so that Hollywood could reset. And I remember telling you guys this since 2023, that they're wiping away all of the old DNA so that they can start over and bring in new things. Because they also know what that construct is supposed to be like, because it's not going to be like the format and the old programming of how Hollywood is now. But those people have to find somewhere to go. I'm telling you, it's giving evacuation energy. However, this now doesn't feel much as intense as an injunction. However, if people aren't prepared for it, it could catch them off guard. Some of the celebs and stuff could be feeling it, or they're catching on the patterns and know that they need to start packing up and moving. But that's just the whole gist of it. It's time for them to start packing up and moving. Let me see. An example would be some of the celebs that's gotten locked up, like gotten incarcerated and stuff. Like, I guess we could, since a lot of you watch Chris Brown on my channel, him, for instance, the whole thing behind him, that is what it is. He's a part of that shift. It just ended up happening involuntarily. Now, I can openly say with confidence that when I first started doing his readings, a lot of readers that would do his readings will always see the turning point in his life and his career would involve him moving, him relocating. And a lot of people used to ask me, was the Vegas home the move that the readers used to get? And I would proudly say, no, it is not. That was still him playing it safe. What we were witnessing, like the different moves that Chris would make, pretty much involved him like just trying to still play it safe, not fully ready to let go of old Hollywood. And so, it comes with a price when you're afraid to just jump, when you're hesitant. And even with Tory's case, same thing. It unfortunately, it's just in their situation, that's how it's happening for them. You have some higher ups that's already getting guidance from other high priestesses telling them that they need to go ahead and get off the land. Another thing that's going to take place here largely in Hollywood here, as you guys can see it shifting already, is the court world. Now, I remember telling y'all in one of the earlier Hollywood collective readings, it's still here, of how the court system will change, and how the judges will have it will be a panel of them. And I think what's going to happen, but I could be wrong, but I think what's going to start this off to help it end up in that way will be how judges will start kind of leaving the cases. Like they're going to get to the point where they're not going to want to finish out cases and stuff. It's just going to get really weird and wacky in the courtroom. And I dare say that it could start with Diddy. I always told y'all, I feel like what we will learn from his case has nothing to do with win or lose, but everything to do with magic. And we're almost in the middle of the trial to where you guys are going to start seeing the weird stuff happening. Like I'm talking, they're showing like when the lights went out at the Super Bowl when Beyonce was performing. The example I gave y'all in the earlier Hollywood readings, to those of you who are new and would like to check those out, it is a Hollywood reading playlist. You could find it there. I saw where, I gave y'all the example of how there was this kingpin here in my area who went to see a witch doctor in Philly, and he pretty much got his case thrown out because things kept happening when he'd get to court. And it was just one last thing. She gave him some sort of dust to release in the courtroom, and everybody just started coughing uncontrollably. Another thing that I am noticing, and I noticed another gossip blogger said this too. They kind of questioning the Mia girl, and they're like kind of wondering, like, is she even a real, like, what is this? And I feel like that's what you guys are going to start to feel a lot more too with Diddy. Is like some of the people that end up having testimonies is going to seem unreal, and then we're going to start to wonder whose side are they on, or like it's giving shit show circus, honestly. And it's still giving that. It's still giving that. This is bigger and better for entertainment, interviews, because I'm seeing jailhouse interviews, and I'm also seeing reality TV. And I remember seeing this in 2023 as well, 24, when I got the Diddy on the no-fly list reading that I predicted before it happened. I also did see reality TV, and then somebody did confirm that there was a camera following them. That never stopped, y'all. That never stopped. They're still recording. They're still rolling. Everything has layers behind it. So even this court case is being documented to Diddy's benefit. There is. I don't know what the storyline is gonna be or what they're doing to equip with it or work with it, but I remember seeing this in 2024. Even before he even was, before he was even taken in at all. Like, it all started with the request of a Tupac reading in June. Then I was guided to Kim Porter. And then, boom, in November, the Diddy stuff hit. But I had started doing his reading in like September, October, and predicted the no-fly list that then hit in November. No. The no-fly list was in November, and then the raid happened in March of 2020. So actually, no, 2024, the raid happened. So 2023 was when, 2023. The same time I was getting also, I was telling you guys about the new DNA of Hollywood as well, and the wipeout, okay? Welcome to my newbies. Hello to my oldies. My name is Diamond, and you are watching Pretty Blind Eyes. The readings held on this channel are for entertainment purposes only. The discussions held on this channel should not be taken as literal advice. I am legally blind, so I do read Braille on my cards to decipher what they are, but I'm an overall intuitive reader. In the description box below, you can find several ways to interact with me, one of which is the availability to book private readings. That calendar is open. There are some secret links on the community tab, and that will also be in the comment section of this video. So if you look down below, you guys can get discounted readings. That's a trial for members. Those who are members will have those prices just as long as they are members. But I'm just testing it out on the public and giving you all a chance to, get some dirt cheap priced readings. If you go directly to my booking page, you will not see those links. So you either have to click them in the comment section or keep it locked to my community tab. I prefer you keep it locked to my community tab though, because that's where a lot of the good announcements will be. And if you don't see them, you won't really understand what's finna be happening on the channel. Okay, so that if you want that number one news type thing, go ahead, and if you want the real-time updates, that's where they'll be. Okay, all right, but again, those prices will be down in the comments section. I don't do personal readings on celebs, but if you have like any general questions regarding conspiracies or Hollywood or anything like that, you can book and ask me those sorts of questions. Okay, but I don't do like personal readings on specific celebrities. All right, listen to the siren, y'all. My God. All right, so generally, I think I covered that. So let's just get right into Diddy. And it slid me right on into Diddy, so I don't think we'll be here long. I do feel, oh, I am still seeing that. So I seen this last week, but I'm still seeing, I feel like Diddy may faint or something eventually. I don't know if it's going to just get hot because I guess when the summer gets here or something, I don't know, maybe the ventilation may mess up too as well. But yeah, I do see a medical issue he may develop mid-trial too, or during the trial too. Will it be due to Will it be due to old age and stress and stuff? I do feel like there are some health complications that will start to surface now due to the thick life that he did live with the substances and stuff. It's just going to kind of start to come to the surface. I'm hearing something about his appendix or something like that, but definitely a faint-like energy. Definitely. I think he could be having dizzy spells now, or he may start. I'm hearing something about dehydration. I am seeing something with the water there, like maybe the water isn't clean enough at that prison. They may end up getting grants though. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing very interesting things. Like by the time they finish with Diddy, that prison may end up even getting some sort of endorsements or grants or and renovations and stuff as well. What that prison may change too. It may not be a regular prison anymore. They may even add on a retreat center, or they may turn it into something like that. In addition to the court system changing, what I gave you at the beginning too, I'm seeing here that not only will it end up being like a panel of judges eventually, but as y'all can already see, the way people network and the way that new media is combined with the journalists who actually went to school and work with broadcasters and on the news stations and stuff. As you guys can see that coming together. Yeah. And I remember telling y'all that like a lot of it would infuse together, and the YouTubers will become the new superstars, like the content creators. And I remember also saying that those who don't feel jealous about it, those who keep an open mind about it, those who welcome in the newness will succeed from it. But those who want to make war with it, who want to think they're still better because they're Hollywood, they will suffer, because the whole fact of the matter is Hollywood is cleansing and it's wiping all of that old stuff out. So again, they either have to choose to evolve. Those who are protected will be moved involuntarily. Henceforth, Tori's spiritual journey and awakening and Chris's spiritual journey and awakening, they are two great examples of what the involuntary aspect of it looks like. Okay, all right, so Diddy Bop here, 6 of Wands. Now, whether that faint may tie into something where he could get some sort of privileges because he'll be going through something medical, I'll let you guys sit with that. And when we come back and we have to look into it again, we will. But for now, it's kind of like fresh, so I'll just let it sit before I get to like making stuff up. 6 of Wands. I'm only gonna go as deep as they allow me, and so far I'm just getting faint medical issues, medical privileges. That could cause delays. You just never. And just like what I told y'all before, it's different stuff like that's gonna start happening. 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands, and the High Priestess. I do feel like eventually there will be someone also that will attend the court session that will be a high priestess and that is doing work or will be doing work soon. They feel like it's time. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she's been there yet for Cups with the Judgment card, but she's coming in. And again, I remember telling y'all in the older readings, if y'all want to go watch them, there's a Hollywood playlist. I said the judges will even get fed up the judges will get tired out of nowhere or whatever. It's just going to be some weird stuff going on. Also, too, though, I'm hearing asbestos or something like that. And they are talking about the ventilation. So something could happen in the courtroom. I mean, something could get put into the duct systems. Again, not going to get too deep into it because it's a thin line between what I'm seeing that could be a part of conspiracies or what they could be plotting on doing here. But I don't feel like it's really a plot because I feel like it's already all in place. They've been planning this since the beginning of the year, really. So all it is pretty much is gives TV show energy, really. It's like the most we'll get out of this is very weird entertainment. This is not really, it's Hollywood, so it's not giving real court case technically. And I think you guys are starting to scratch your heads on it the more people that they bring up there to testify, right? I'm telling you, I keep hearing people say, what in the hell? Like, what is this turning into? Like, this is getting weird. Trust your intuition. Your gut is not lying to you. Knight of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Seven of Cups. Look at the confusion. Queen of Pentacles. Who is this right here with the Knight of Swords? Yep, I'm hearing hysteria here. So there's somebody else. It looks like they're gonna. It's giving like a hay fever vibe or like the mumps or measles or something like that. It's weird. It's like people who are just gonna start getting sick and stuff. It's very weird. All right, let me see. And that's one young lady there that could end up getting like, I don't know if those are chicken pox or what's on her skin. There's an outbreak on her skin. It's just, I just feel like it's going to get weird and weird. Now, I did tell a friend, I felt that, it would be a short-lived case. So when they said it was 8 weeks, I said, yeah, that's about right. But what I'm seeing here now from the way things are unfolding and the way they're starting to move, there could be, I'm hearing pending case or like some sort of open, something's not going to close or end right away or the way we think. But it doesn't feel like all of it. It just feels like bits and pieces and parts of something. Something's going to need, I'm hearing not recess, retrial. Something could just be left open. It needs to be complete, but other things could get complete. And another thing I will tell y'all to keep in mind what this was really truly about. Remember, I said all of this started when someone requested the Tupac reading. For me, when I got hip and started being able to predict that all the stuff was coming for Diddy, was through Tupac. Tupac said when I channeled him that, oh God, it sucks that I don't have it anymore. But, he said it would be a circus. And he said the whole thing would be really that they're going to shift it off of that because the true crime and the real thing that he could get convicted for was the murders of, in connection to those two. Now, that's just me pulling energy. I'm not saying it like that where it needs to be taken to the point where I need to say allegedly. I'm just saying like, just imagine, let me put it like this. Just imagine and remember how all of this started out. And it all started out with Keefe D, right? And remember they took Diddy in, but they had to release him. That's when the shifts took place because this is the thing. I feel like some discussions may have been taking place. Okay, this is just my opinion and what I'm feeling energetically is that, okay, compared to this to that, okay, you have to be, and I heard other readers get this too, like a sacrificial lamb type thing. We got to play it out like this, because if we go with this other situation, that takes down the whole fucking LA County. Like everybody think right now with Diddy being on trial that it takes down bigger names, but if the focal point was what it was initially, was which was the Tupac case, it would have really wiped half the fucking United States out is what I'm getting here. And so, you know what I'm saying? So I'll let y'all sit with that too and put two and two together with that as well. See, look at this Eight of Wands. I'm telling you, it's going to be like dramatic shifts here. Moon card with the Six of Pentacles. There's a strange woman that's going to attend this case. And after she attend, y'all going to see. Y'all gonna see shit, like all types of shit happening. Tower card, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Ten of Swords. And and a lot of people ask me, will he win? This, and that. And look, I'll tell you how I felt when I got the Tory energy, when I first got the Tory energy. And I always said, like, I remember calling him poor baby in that reading because it was not about who was right, who was wrong, who would win, who wouldn't. It all tied, it's so many different reasons why all of that took place the way that it did. And It wasn't about him getting justice. And that was the warning, you know, but I got screwed down. Like I was the bad person, like they were trying to shoot the messenger, but you know, whoever it was to find, if it was meant to find him, you know, I really wish that the reading was interpreted the way I tried to convey it, you know, but I was new. Like, I feel like I've gotten a lot better, but sometimes even interpreting and conveying messages, it could be such a broad thing at times. But I do remember saying, like, it won't be fair to him. It's gonna be heartbreaking to him because things will be wrongfully thrown on to him. King of Wands. And what I'm getting here with Diddy is the same type of energy. We're looking at win or lose. So I'm going to tell y'all what I told y'all during the Tory reading. Don't look at it as win or lose or justice, because that's not what this is about. I done told y'all what this is about in the beginning of this reading and in the other Hollywood readings. So for me to like just sit here and say like, okay, is he going to get off or it? No, open your minds. I'm not even going to entertain that because it's bigger than that. And I'm not just saying it's bigger than that because I'm scared to predict whether he would or not, because for me, I feel like I'll be doing myself a disservice to even entertain that, because again, it's not what this is about. And I done already told y'all, and other readers and already told y'all what Diddy is affiliated with and what he summons in and what he works with. And even in the Tupac reading, Tupac even shared the different realms and the way that they're playing in the ethers and stuff with that energy. They're tapped into that stuff. And you could put shields and blockages up from that stuff too. Create little funnels and all kinds of stuff when you're working with the certain magicians and high priestesses and stuff that tie up there to get into that kind of stuff. So with that being said, in addition to that, what I will say though is I always see heavy Houdini energy, heavy smoke and mirror energy, heavy poof, I'm gone, you know, and they keep referencing this case that I know with the powder, almost as like a mystery dinner. When they turn the light off, the girl, she screams and light cut back on, and people missing and shit, and you're like, where the fuck? Da, 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 da. That's what I always get with Diddy. Like they drag him out the back, throw his ass on a boat, put him on the island, and I just always feel like he just wouldn't be allowed in this country. I'm still getting that. So I don't know what that may mean, but it is given like. That's what it's giving, but I don't know what the charges will be exactly. But the outcome looks like less money, different location. But think about it. Mostly by this time, though, a lot of the celebrities will be wiped out of LA too. Because remember, I told y'all it's some sort of injunction thing that's going to take place where they're going to be removing people off the land in that way if they don't leave. I don't know. I always felt that they would use like the water. Water would be an issue, part of it, you know. See, Sun card, King of Wands, and the King. I keep hearing mistrial. King of Swords with the King of Wands, and the Sun card, and the Eight of Swords. Okay, final messages for Diddy. Temperance card. Let me see. What is this right here? And the Hermit. I'm telling y'all, it's that poof. And then the lights come back on and he's gone. Queen of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Who is this right here? The one that walked away. Is this the medicine lady? Eight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So I don't know, y'all. I learned some of my but those are witches and stuff there. Even that Queen of Cups lady is. So I don't know, because I usually get stuff like a year later too. So I don't know. This may end up stretching out till next year if none of this happens this year. Because I've learned that too. Like everybody be like, Diamond, where's the LA fire? Like I started getting it in 2021. And as general as it may seem, because there are a lot of fires there, the way I always told y'all, the way that y'all know that it was the certain type of prediction, it would be famous people's homes, as you guys saw. So that's what made the difference. So what I can say here with this sort of situation is, well, there's nothing really general about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's either going to happen this year or later on. And if it's see, I'm feeling faint. I'm in the energy, y'all. I remember I felt this way during that last Rihanna reading when the sound went out. Sorry, I'm getting excited, but this is what happens when I get into the energy. It stunts I can't talk. It's not funny, but I think that's my Scorpio moon, and that's what I was telling y'all in the Rihanna reading. That reading was epic. Like, even though the sound went out, like what y'all would have heard if the sound never went out was I was hypnotized, because it's an energy that I'm entering into that's like it stunts you. If I guess because you don't supposed to be in it, like they shield it or block it, and I kept peeking in on purpose just to, and I'm in it now, and I just felt like really dizzy, and then like I'm trying to talk, and it's just, if I get too excited about talking about it, it's when I start to like stutter all over top of myself. But like right now, just explaining it to y'all is fine, but let me see if I see anything else that I could talk on and see if it stops it. Yep. Okay. Craters, lava. So again, it's like almost an energy of like as if a volcano and an earthquake just dried the water out over there or something, and they'd use. It is weird. Yeah, I'm getting dizzy again and lightheaded. So again, it's heavy energy to try to get into. And because I want to kind of look at the Jay-Z energy now and the Tory, I'm going to lump all that together. I'm going to leave it alone because it will drain me. But it's a funny feeling too. Like you feel like this force field. Y'all know how it feels when you flip two magnets on the positive side. You can feel like the space, but it won't connect together. Like it won't pull together, because it needs to be negative plus positive. It's like that energy. It just makes your head feel so floaty, like you're trying to get it. There's a force field around it. So I'm telling you, these are some listen, they do their thing. They live this day in and day out. All right, so let me tell y'all this. So I'm glad the spirits reminded me of it. So another thing that we're going to see here, there will be a lot of high priestesses, like a lot of witches that's going to come forward and expose some of these celebrities. And what these celebrities is going to find out is that here recently with the work that they've been getting done, they've been ripping them off. And they showed the witches from Shrek. You remember the witches from Shrek? They were breakdancing and stuff. They are getting like these particular people that they're going to on all different levels, right? Like shamans, any of them that they've been going to for years to get work done. They're going to find out that they've been getting ripped off. Somewhere along the lines, the witches got upset. And they starting to rip them off, and strangely enough, I even got a feeling like Rihanna may tie into this. So within a year or two, we may see even something with her. Because, usually like I never seen her get exposed. And it could be just because of this Rock Nation stuff, but I'm not even going to say Rock Nation because that's kind of what they want us to do. Let me give you an example of what that feels like. When, like they don't refer to UFOs as UFOs anymore, but because now we're all hit to the title, we call them that. But guess what? Because they have deemed them something else. Now I forgot what they call them, but I'll get the right name and tell y'all later. But some of you may know what I'm talking about. That's where the power is held now. So when we say UFO or any of these older terms, they don't really hold any power anymore because these people have moved on to the next level of what they've named it and attached the energy to it. You understand? So it's almost like we're talking about something that's dead and no longer exists anymore because we're not picking up on the current energy of it to really see. That's another way that they block you off from getting the information because you kind of have to. This is how you do it. You either have to know what they call it, or either because you know that they call it something different, you don't have to call it anything. You could just ask to see the energy, But a lot of people would not know that because we're so programmed to attach to labels and stuff, okay? So with that being said here, I'm not going to use that as an example. So let's get into Jay-Z's energy because the last reading I did, someone requested him and Desiree Perez. And I am seeing the latest news on her with her daughter and the things she's been doing with her daughter. That's very interesting because her daughter has similar stories to things that has been done to celebrities in the industry that was dealing with Desiree Perez along with, the Rock Nation family thing. Also, I remember in that particular reading, a lot of y'all emailed me once they found the tunnels underneath the buildings. And I remember in that reading particularly was where I saw the underground thing, because they were saying like the building was just the front, like the face of everything that really happens beneath. Or when you go down and underneath and go to the next stop is where all the vital information and situations were. So with that being said, I just want to bring y'all up to par for this is where we're picking up from that particular reading. That reading is not on this channel. That reading was on my old channel. Okay. But thank you to whomever requested Desiree Perez and Jay-Z reading. And also with Jay-Z and Desiree Perez in that particular reading, I remember they said that Jay-Z would part ways with her. He would go to a higher level and he'd leave her on this particular level. And I think that's where all this stuff is just going to fall down on her, because he's going to they always show him with like, for lack of better term, like aeronautical engineers, but I don't think they're that. But because I don't know what it is, it has a lot to do with flight, but flight that merges into water. And the new technology that's based around that, they were showing he'd have a percentage in that. But let's see if that's changed, or what things are, the way things are going now. I do get flea energy with him though, and the same thing, but same thing. They're leaving Hollywood and leaving out of this country. Well, another thing that I did tell people that's going to start happening with this country, we will see a lot of people owning things in this country, but not residing here. And they will just come in to run their businesses, or they will send people to this country to run their businesses. But a lot of people that own these like high-end corporations and all that kind of stuff, they're leaving. And that's why they're leaving too. They're just going to operate them outside of this country. There are so many rules that's about to be put into place. And I do have I have two Trump readings, or two readings with Trump in it, where I'm telling y'all let him cook. I'm saying that for a reason. And I explained to you in the other reading of how I felt when he first went intern. Like the first time, not feeling it. And I already knew that was like dangerous. But this time, I don't feel anything bad, And I know it sounds crazy to some of y'all, but just it's okay. Y'all can feel that way now. Keep your minds open, okay? But I think what I'm getting here, it will tie into the Trump administration, certain business laws and rules and all that kind of stuff. And as y'all know, he is the one that's responsible for combining, allowing content creators to also take on these, go to the courthouse and all that stuff. So new media merging with journalists and stuff that's on these mainstream broadcast stations and stuff like that. That's why that's happening. So if that's happening now, what else could you imagine is going to happen by the time he get out of the chair, right? And what I am seeing here, because I don't know the exact term, like I was telling y'all about the injunction paper, with the way they would do the land over there in Cali, I'm also seeing that there's some sort of rules with businesses. And I'm not sure if they'll move because they find they'll benefit more being away from their business. It could be some sort of law that's going to get put into place. I do feel them leaving is a loophole type of thing too. And them being able to save more money. A lot of them will leave too because of their ties with everything that has been going on, from Epstein to Weinstein to Diddy. All of these shifts is a huge turning point that's bigger than just Diddy being in court. You're going to see a lot, you're seeing these people get pardoned for a reason. That's why you're seeing so many drastic things happen while Trump is in the chair, because like I even was telling y'all in one of the readings with the crypto, we're going to see a huge change in that, to the point where you guys are going to want to start studying that, because it's going to they're going to test it out with something we'll need that you can only buy with crypto, like toilet paper or something. I think that was the example I gave. That still reigns true too. I'm still getting that as well, okay? So to be getting all this while I'm in Jay-Z's energy, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm telling you, I feel like whoever their high priestess is, or whoever they work with, their eyes are shutting, is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if that high priestess is going to pass away. There is going to be some weird stuff happening to witches, y'all. Some of them will be exposing celebrities. Some will be transitioning home. And some of them, I feel like some of them are like funny as hell. Like y'all are going to get a good laugh. And I think that's where we are going to start seeing the merge of readers on the reading sector of YouTube, the tarot readers, the psychics and stuff, that's when you'll see that merge. First, we're seeing a media merge first, and then we'll see a merge with the psychics and stuff. So with Jay-Z here is like what I said, what I seen before. There's just energy, like I got in the other reading here. Justice card with the 5 of Cups, 8 of Wands. He's going to leave a lot of people high and dry, like he's been doing all his, as he climbed up the ladder anyway. Queen of Cups with the World card. There is a woman here. This is like that same woman in Diddy's section. They call her the medicine lady. He's gonna get initiated into something else and go to a higher realm, y'all. Yeah, he gives vanish energy. I'm telling y'all, he's giving vanish energy. Like, we just may not ever hear about him in the media anymore or something. Some of these people will wonder if they are dead or not. Kinda. I think we'll know. But again, the media is gonna change too and I think some of them will be spiteful like that. Like, just because the way America will get to report on them and stuff like that, that's going to irritate the fuck out them too, and then they'll leave. And then could y'all imagine what celebrity news is going to be like when most of them are gone? And a lot of them are going to think it's funny and that they're getting the last laugh or the last lick, but they won't be, because I feel a lot of free space for a lot of people to become entrepreneurs. Like, there'll be so many self-made people in America, y'all. When y'all don't know the meaning of the land of the free yet, but it's coming. A lot of things will be restored. So these news things that we're seeing where people are finding out where their land was stolen and all that, that's gonna be a rapid rise in that as well. And I don't know why I keep seeing this. I feel like I don't know why this would be important. Well, for us it would be because we've been through some things with racism and all that kind of stuff. But I see a black woman around Trump. Like, he could. I don't know. I think he could get feelings for a black woman too. And I know y'all like, what does that have to do with anything? Well, the power of the woman and her divinity and her femininity, I don't know what else to say. Queen of Cups, Empress energy, High Priestess energy. A lot of things, a lot of decisions that men make, believe it or not, has a lot of influence of women. So in retrospect to that, on the flip side, you're going to have a lot of hyenas that will be getting exposed for abusing their sexuality or abusing their sexual energy to get their way. So now that we're seeing like a high rise exposure of like pimps and prostitutes and sex workers and all that kind of stuff, the veil's being lifted from that. And remember, I told y'all the ones that's being smart enough now to convert, like you would see, like you have Amber Rose, who is now like an advocate, a human rights, or what is she, like a social justice advocate or a human rights advocate? Then you have Black China, who did her rebirthing. They are hip to what's about to happen. You're gonna have to do something one way or the other. You're gonna get caught up in this crossfire. And don't get me wrong, you do have some stubborn ones that don't believe and don't think that this is going to happen. And I guess a lot of gossip bloggers are going to be well paid to report on them. And that's going to be the last laugh, really. And them other ones that's thinking they're going to get the last laugh, the ones that don't believe that anything is about to change or it's going to be drastic changes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, final messages. So I'm not even seeing Jay-Z, y'all. He's energy, just like he was in the other reading that I did. And as far as Desiree Perez always was materialized. Like she was always left alone. Like I never seen them as a duo for long, Okay, final messages. 2 of Swords, 7 of Cups, Death card. What I tell you? Queen of Wands, there she is. You will only mostly hear about maybe her in ties to what he did, but he, to me, don't look like he'll ever be put in a position to have to come out and justify anything. Look at this Moon card and the Devil card. Jay-Z gonna be out of here, gone. And they're talking about, the jurisdiction and all that. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not already getting immunization shots and all types of shit already. Like, it's crazy, y'all. But all right, guys, that has been your Hollywood reading. My name is Donnie. You're watching Pretty Blind Eyes, and I'll see you next go around. Bye.